What a great looking group. I just want to say that these, how many of our, there's 5 of you, right? Today the Comedy Warriors went to a high school in Wantagh, and 5 of their students came out this evening just to see them. We also have a whole bunch of veterans here, and we have just a great audience. So welcome everyone to the Gold Coast International Film Festival. Hey, woo! I need a wave, ladies, I need a wave. Tonight the festival is proud to bring you the screening of this film, which is something that's so close to my heart, Comedy Warriors. It's followed by a Q&A with the Warriors, 2 of the Warriors themselves, Joe Kashnow and Bobby Henline, who appear in the film, and they're here with us tonight. Yay! They traveled from afar to be here for you guys tonight, and we're just so proud to have them. Also with us is Bernadette Luckett, the producer of the film, and wonderful John Wager, who is the director of the film, who I'm looking forward to hearing from. Very exciting. Gary Springer and I met in Toronto, and I said, Gary, I'm looking for something funny, and he goes, how about your Heroes theme? And I said, he goes, I got a funny and a Heroes, and so it was a perfect storm. It's a wonderful night, and I'd like to thank some of the very special people who make this festival possible, including the town of North Hempstead, Nassau County, and Douglas Elliman Real Estate, who this year is sponsoring our Best Seat in the House contest. And congratulations to these 2 young gentlemen who won. Congratulations. Stand up, stand up. They won the Best Seat in the House. Are you guys cadets? Veterans? Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a great film. Most of all, we'd like to thank the many wonderful volunteers. Anybody in yellow, in a yellow t-shirt, is a volunteer. Please give them a round of applause. They work tirelessly for us. We're very proud of them. The festival runs until this Sunday, October 27th. Please log on to our website at www.goldcoastfilmfestival.org and check out all the great movies and events that we have left. And we have some wonderful things happening at Soundview over the weekend. We have the Batmobile. We have real horses coming. There's an interactive and a putting green for young children to play at. So I hope you join us out there. And there's some great movies there as well. Lastly, you've all been given ballots for today's film. After the screening, please rate the film by tearing the correct number on the ballot and then hand it to one of our volunteers in yellow on the way out of the theater. Please give us your opinion, your vote counts, and you help determine our audience winners for the festival. So, and don't forget now, as we're sitting here, to please turn off your cell phones so that everybody can enjoy. Thank you so much. Personally, I'm just so proud to have all of these people here. There's seats here if you want. Here's seats right here. Thank you. Personally, I have veterans. My father was awarded the Purple Heart in World War II, and my cousin is a very highly decorated big colonel in the United States Army. So the military, the United States military specifically, has always meant a lot to me, and I honor and respect the wonderful work that the military does in defense of our country. And in particular, these gentlemen have gone through a very long, very difficult journey that you'll all see. And I'm just very proud to have them here. And I'm also proud to introduce to you Jeffrey Gurian, who is the producer of our live comedy events here at the Gold Coast International Film Festival. Jeffrey's going to say a few words. Thank you so much. Jeffrey Gurian, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Aviva. Keep it going for Aviva Miller, who works so hard on this festival. Give yourselves a hand for coming out tonight for this great film. You know, people say a lot of things about comedy. You know, they say comedy is violent because we use terms like he killed, he destroyed, he was devastated, or he tore the room apart, you know? People say that you have to be brave to do comedy. And that's true. It's one of the hardest things in the world to do, is to get up in front of an audience and try to make people laugh with things that you think are funny. And you hope that they think they're funny too. And people say that it's hard to break into the business. And I'm sure there are easier ways than what these guys did tonight. People also say that comedy comes from pain. These guys took it to an extreme. But I'm very proud to be here tonight with these men. I met them, I actually met Bobby Henline at the Comedy Central Awards last year. He was honored. It was, I think it was the Stand Up for Heroes, they called it. And I was on the red carpet and he was there. And I felt honored to meet them. And to be able to come from a place of literally come from a place of pain and turn that into comedy is a great gift. Comedy is such a healing force. And we're blessed. You know, in our country, we're all about comedy here, you know, especially, and on Long Island, after what everyone out here went through with Hurricane Sandy, we decided this year to focus this festival on comedy and turn Long Island into Laugh Island, right? Because we needed that out here. You know, that's how we get through things. Sometimes life can be very difficult, but laughter helps to heal. And so tonight, as Aviva mentioned, Bobby Henline's here, Joe Kashnow is here, one of the producers, Bernadette Luckett, and John Wager is here, who directed the film. And they're going to be available afterwards for a Q&A. So I hope you're all going to stick around. How about a big hand? And let's start the film, okay?
Forgot to mention, my name is Aviva Miller. I do special events and programming. And was this not a special event? Let me hear it for everybody. For the Comedy Warriors. Wow. Joe Kashnow, Bernadette Luckett, and John Wager. Please, everybody stand and welcome.
Thanks for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. It really means a lot. Also want to start off by thanking Aviva Miller. To give her a round of applause. None of this would be possible without her, believe me. She found us. She made this work. We have a really busy schedule right now, and we didn't think it was going to work out, and she made it work. And it was great. And everyone's been great so far. Can you guys want to start by asking us some questions? Anybody have anything? Come on.
Sorry, we got nothing to say.
Okay, Sherry.
I just wonder, like, where did it start out? That you were already performing? Anyone was already doing comedy, or you ignited this?
Yeah. There's some music. If they could turn the music off, that'd be great. Can you turn the music?
I thought those were Joe's voices I was hearing.
It was. Well, actually, there's two producers, Ray Rio, myself, and Ray's an old friend of mine. And I had been working with the Wounded Warrior Project, doing documentary films and working a lot with the adaptive sports with the wounded vets. And I just come back from a 4-day stint, and I was having lunch with Ray. And Ray, background, he was a professional manager of comedians. He managed a lot of the guys Saturday Night Live. He got away from it, and so we're having lunch in Saratoga Springs, New York, where I'm from, and we started talking about it. And from this lunch, this all sprung from this lunch. Ray had been thinking about doing something with the vets, and I wanted to do something, so we came up with this idea. And I knew the co-founder and director of Wounded Warrior Projects. I called him on the phone at the lunch, and Al Giordano, thank you, Al, he was amazing. Al said, "Oh, it sounds like a good idea," and he hung up the phone thinking, "I'm never going to hear from these guys again." All right, so we just kept going with it, and we took submissions. He helped us get submissions, and these jokers over here were 2 of the 5 that we chose, and the rest kind of spiraled, but it was fun.
How do your families adapt to this? I mean, coming back wounded, having that challenge, and then telling your families, "All right, great, now I'm doing better and I'm going on the road." How do they handle that?
They pretend they don't know us. They won't admit to it. No, it is hard on the family, especially the kids and stuff. I know I have teenagers, and they were 9, 10, and 15 when I got hurt. So yeah, they've actually had to go through all this, and the older ones get it. The teenagers, you know, the 15 or 16-year-old, they just, whatever, Dad, you're never home, you don't do anything. According to them, I'm on the couch when they go to school, and I'm on the couch when they come home from school, so I did nothing all day long. Whether if I was doing emails, making calls, or trying to schedule stuff, that's nothing to them. So yeah, I'm just a lazy, burnt guy to my kids.
My kids have been born since I've been injured, so they didn't know me before I was in the military or before I lost my foot. So for them, this is normal. I've actually had to explain to my 7-year-old that when he grows up, he probably won't have to take his foot off, and he was kind of bummed out because he thought that was just a part of growing up.
Go ahead. First, before I ask, I just want to commend you on the film. It's a great film. You guys are wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's not really a question, but it's a statement. You guys happen to be funny, and if it wasn't for the fact that you were injured, you would have probably never wound up on a stage.
So true.
And it's such an interesting thing because you're really funny.
Thank you.
Really, really funny. And so it's a blessing in disguise in some strange way. Life is just very strange like that. And I just want
That
to
is
commend
indeed.
you because you both are very, very funny.
I think that's a great compliment coming from you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I don't know what the time frame is from this segment and now, and I'm curious. Now
It's the only outfit Joe has. That's the answer.
No, I think it was about 75 minutes.
He did say
the
he
answer to
has
your question.
a different leg on today.
the question is, so you perform independently, right? And I assume, and I was wondering, is your material changed? Are you going into different subjects, or do you feel you stay into this particular subject?
Mine's constantly changing. We're usually, I go at least once a week to an open mic, and I try stuff all the time. I do motivational speaking, and so I'm always doing comedy with that too. And I'm trying to get with more family stuff like that, not so much the burns. Like, I have this whole concept in my head, like I have to tell the audience who I am. I got to talk about this and put them at ease. And so I see the whole first album, like I've already created the album in my head. I'm going to be there. You know, you got to visualize it, and it's all going to be about this and the burnt, blowing up soldier. The second album is going to be You Thought You Knew Me, and it's going to talk more about my childhood that everybody can relate to, and about growing up and family. And I do a little bit with family and kids. I try and do more of that stuff. And so, but yeah, I think most of it right now I'm trying to just write about this.
I'll lay it back. All right. We'll let you take it.
Have each of you continued to perform?
Yeah, Bobby and I are both performing regularly in our hometowns, and I've also been trying to write new material that's a little bit off from just talking about my injury and missing the leg as well.
And what about the other three?
Don't talk about that Rob guy.
Doris, the woman, she is still doing open mics and getting better. Rob, who was in the
Superman.
the Paralympics,
We
is
hate Rob
now
'cause he's funny.
bicycling across the
hero.
country. It's going
across
to
the country. He's going
yeah.
diagonally across the country.
From Maine all the way to Los Angeles. It's going to take him 6 months. He's
5,000 miles.
yeah.
This is that new update on his phone. It messed him up, and he's going at a weird angle.
It's just further proof that Marines can't draw a straight line across a map, that he's making it a 5,400-mile journey to be the first amputee to ride an upright bike across America. It's more of his Superman complex, I think. He's an
He is
inspiration
raising
and a
money.
hero,
He is raising
and
money,
we
though.
hate him.
Yeah.
We still hate him because he's
Absolutely
funny
hate
and
him.
amazing.
Yeah, he hopes to raise $1 million to help all the charities that helped him when he was recovering. So, yeah, it's pretty admirable. RobJonesJourney.com.
And then he says when he gets to the West Coast, he wants to go back into doing more stand-up.
Yeah.
When he gets there. And Stephen Rice, he's another guy. He was in Hawaii. He did an hour of material in Hawaii. I think he told us. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's doing not as regularly, I don't think.
Yeah, he has a job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That sucks.
And he has a little daughter.
Some more questions? Or Way in the back.
Were either of you guys funny as kids?
Bunnies as kids?
Funny.
Asked if we were funny as kids.
Speak up a little bit, say it again.
I wanted to know if either of you guys were funny as kids.
I thought I was. I'm not sure. I've been told that I wasn't by a lot of people, mostly my brothers. So I'm not really sure how much weight to give that opinion. But in my family, everybody had a joke. Humor was a way of life when we grew up.
Yay, Nads.
Don't you love his dad? I'm going to start a fan club for you.
Yeah, definitely. I was always that weird kid that would just do, like you see the Jackass movies. I mean, I did that kind of crazy stuff as a kid all the time. I would do
Look what
anything.
happened.
Don't play with matches.
Way in the back there.
Seeing the reception that you've gotten when you've been in the comedy clubs and the reaction to this movie, did you guys surprise yourselves?
Yeah, I was surprised that there's just as many crazy people in this room tonight as there is up here. It is amazing. I really didn't think I'd be able to get the general public to laugh at it. Like I got talked into doing comedy, just joking around with the other soldiers during physical therapy, kind of deal with the pain and everything and make light of it. And there's a guy like Rob where he's amputated above both knees, and he's sitting there talking about the day of therapy and that half of him feels like. And I just like, come on, man, that's like all of you. That's like me saying, on the other hand. So it's just stuff like that, joking around the hospital. But I didn't think the general public would be able to laugh at what we've been through and what's happened to us. But we've been able to prove that we all can. We all see the sense of humor in it, and we all have hard things in our life, no matter if it's this traumatic or whatever we're each going through. We all have our moments and our hard times in life, and we got to be able to laugh at it.
Right there.
First off, thank you guys both for your service and your sacrifice. Well, thank you for that. But, so you guys have done regular comedy shows with, like, nut jobs like us hanging out in the audience. Have you guys gone back to work with Wounded Warrior or any other military organizations? Walter Reed, anybody like that? Would you if given the opportunity?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to be able to perform for soldiers. I think for people that, at least at this point where we're focused on relating to injury and military service, it's often a little bit easier to go a bit more dark with your material when you've got a room full of soldiers or service members, because they're a bit crazy to begin with.
More military stuff that they would understand that maybe everybody else wouldn't.
Do you think these guys are blue now? Wait till you see them in front of a military crowd. It gets out of hand.
I went back to Iraq 2010. I got hurt in 2007. I went back 2010, did comedy for the troops that summer, and then I went back to Kuwait and did it for Thanksgiving. And Joe and I would love to go to Afghanistan. So if everybody got freaking flying miles, we can use them.
Someone who has an answer question. Way in the back.
Can you tell, John and Bernadette, can you tell us how you got involved with, how did you get this film going